Hey doc, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me here on another video. My name is Dr. Richard Avery, and I'm also known as the Effortless Clinic Build Coach. Today's video, what I want to talk to you about is how I do my marketing, how I teach my doctors how to do their marketing. That will almost every single time grow your practice dramatically with high quality leads and patients and consults that come into your office. Really effortless. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, you know what? I don't like to market. You know what? I have another company doing my marketing for me. Well, that's all fine and dandy. And I always say that, you know what? If you don't like marketing, you always want to hire out your weaknesses. But at the same time, it's always important to have a basic fundamental understanding on how to run ads, what resonates with people, and so on and so forth. Because you never want to have some other company taking complete control of your marketing and you're just looking at the stats. Oh, you know what? They're good here, they're bad here, but you don't know why they're bad or why they're good, why they're not working, why you're not driving high quality leads to your practice. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have always done my own ads, whether that's been creating storyboards for TV commercials or scripts for radio or just ad copy for my Facebook or social media and even my print. Now, I don't run any commercials anymore on TV. I don't run any, what do you call it, radio ads, simply because, I don't have a massive chain anymore and I only have this one practice. However, what I do is my own Facebook ads, and they run extremely well. In fact, what I show you right here is my typical ad that I run. As you can see, I have hundreds of views, hundreds of comments, hundreds of likes, shares, all that sort of stuff. In fact, my ads work so well every single time. This is my typical ad result. Okay, as you can see, it is above average. Okay, above average, excuse me, above average for Facebook is the highest ranking that you can get. What it basically means is that your ads work so well with extreme engagement, people like it on Facebook, that Facebook will actually reward you by decreasing the cost per ad and increasing your exposure. So as you can see here, this is the percent decrease of my ad spend. That, in other words, my cost per click. Facebook, because my ads are deemed as so relevant because I get so much engagement, that Facebook actually rewards me by decreasing my ad cost, so I can get cheaper ads, get better exposure, and drive even more patients to my office. And again, they're all high quality patients. In fact, as I mentioned in my courses, and as I show you in my courses, I actually have to decrease my marketing spend because my clinic gets so inundated with consults. And of course, with my high conversion ratio, my clinic is always slammed. So in this video, what I'm going to teach you is how to do that. I won't go through the whole thing of what I do, obviously, because that's going to be a really lengthy video. I will give you some extremely important components to every one of your ads that you have to engage in. And I know that, and I've dealt with this a number of times, and maybe you're doing it as well. Like right now with our economy, the way it is basically at an all-time low practically. And a lot of people are not seeing the volume that they used to. And so what almost always happens when people start to have less business, well, what they start to do is they pull back on their marketing, which is the number one killer of all clinics. You never ever want to cut back on your marketing. Instead, what you want to do is you want to dramatically increase your marketing because you want to build up more awareness and drive more people to your practice. Even if there's less people coming in than there typically runs when you run an ad, it's still important to throw a bunch of marketing out there to bring in patients to your office. And I'll tell you, often people look back at the dirty 30s, the Great Depression. They think, you know what, all these businesses shut down simply because the economy was so poor. However, did you know that there were companies that actually thrived during that time? And in fact, not only did they thrive, but what they did, they were able to expand their business. Why was that? Those people that marketed, all those people that market, by and large, thrived in the dirty 30s and, like I said, expanded their clinic. In fact, you'll see in my Effortless Clinic Build course that I opened my practice just before COVID. And while all other practices were, closing down or decreasing their hours, not seeing enough patients, and so on and so forth, I thrived. In fact, I thrived so much that I expanded my clinic twice to larger and larger locations during that COVID time when there was all these shutdowns and stuff like that. So, what I'm trying to say to you, my ad system works, and I'm going to reveal what I do right now. So, number one, most important, like I said, you have to expand your marketing. Without doubt, never shut that down, always expand it. The other thing is, and I don't do this right now anymore because my ads work so well, and like I said, I have to cut back. But you never really want to kind of put all your eggs in one basket, right? Don't always just have all your ads say on Facebook platform. That's where I would say 95% of my ads are right now. But I'm a different case, and if you follow what I show you, you'll be that exception to the rule as well. So expand. You might have a couple radio spots. You might have some print ads in local community papers, which generally speaking, I'll tell you right now, if you're going to do a print ad, do it in local community papers. Those are the ones that people always read. Now, in my area, they shut down the local community papers. It just wasn't profitable. I guess people ad spend wasn't there and so on and so forth. So they shut it down right across all my communities. In fact, I think all of Ontario, they just shut it down altogether. But nonetheless, I wasn't really advertising in that. What I do I have a small ad in local kind of a paper in a sense that goes strictly to senior communities, and that's a huge portion of my patient base is seniors, and that works pretty well for me. But what I want to talk to you today is specifically about Facebook ads. I've seen a number of these ads, and I know there's some chiropractic ad company that's out there. I've seen this a number of times with doctors in both Canada and the States. And what they do in their ad copy, they say, you know what? So in such and such chiropractic office, we're doing something crazy this month. What we're going to be doing, we're going to give a free chiropractic assessment, x-rays, and a free chiropractic adjustment for a limited time for the next one month sorry, actually, no, it's not free. They say we're going to give a chiropractic adjustment, a chiropractic exam, and x-ray, total value of whatever, $400 for only $25. Click on this link, get your voucher, come on in, so on and so forth. And then they just have some picture of the doctor sitting there, maybe adjusting and stuff like that. Really, I'm going to tell you right now, most likely, those won't work. And let me explain to you why. But before I explain to you why that is, let me give you an example of how the human brain works. And understand that everything I do, everything I teach my doctors is all based on brain science, how the brain operates. That way, it doesn't matter where you're located, geographically located, whether you're east or west coast, whether you're north or south. Because as you know, depending on your location, people respond differently. No one knows your community better, right? For example, people in the north versus people in the south. When you talk to people in the north, they talk faster. People in the south, they talk slower. So there's certain changes that people have on a psychological basis that people resonate with some things and some people don't resonate with other things. But again, the way I teach you, it doesn't matter where you're from, what geographic location you are in, this will always work because it's based on the psychological triggers that people are motivated when they purchase or take action. So on those lines, let me give you an example, then I'll explain to you what I'm talking about and how my ads work so well. All right, so understand that we get a lot of input into our brains on a daily basis, like thousands of inputs every moment as we're driving. We're driving around, we see ads, we see people walking around, we see ads here, just a whole bunch of noise coming into our heads, right? But we have this filtering system that only filters out irrelevant information. Because if we don't filter out irrelevant information, our brain gets overwhelmed. Here's an example. Say, for example, you want to buy a specific brand of BMW. Doesn't matter what it is, whatever, just some brand. What car do you typically see on a daily basis now that you're thinking about buying that BMW? It's that particular type of BMW, right? You see that everywhere. Again, you may be driving all the time prior to thinking about buying this BMW, and all you see is just a bunch of cars, right? But now when your BMW is top of mind, you're always now seeing this BMW. Why is that? Because what your brain is trying to do is it's going to filter out all this noise and only focus on the things that are relevant to you. So now, how does that apply to your ads? Understand, here's another principle. I want you to write this down. This is really, really important. Never forget this. I always tell my doctors, sell them what they need. Sorry, give them what they need. I apologize for that. Give them what they need and sell them on what they want. Say that again. Give them what they need and sell them on what they want. So, say for example, someone has a headache, severe headaches. Severe headaches is top of mind, right? They're constantly in pain. They can't work properly. They're sitting in the dark all the time. They don't have patience. They can't play. Patience they don't have patience to deal with people. You know what? They can't play with their kids and so on. Just have these pounding headaches. Their quality of life sucks. So again, the headaches are top of mind. Keep in mind also that people fundamentally are very, very lazy. The processing is very, very lazy. Okay. So if you have an ad stating that you're a chiropractor, you do chiropractic adjustments and stuff like that, and people are seeing that ad, and what are they thinking? They see chiropractic. Like right away, I'll tell you right now, those people that have severe headaches that are not specifically looking for a chiropractor, they're probably not going to resonate with your ad. And that's why that ad is not pulling very well. But now let's say, for example, people are, they know about chiropractic, they know how well it works for backs, right? And then maybe necks as well, right? But let's face it, people often think of low back pain that's associated with chiropractic. So now someone sees your ad, they have a headache, it's pounding, right? They're not really familiar with chiropractic, they kind of get it. So if they've taken notice of that, if their brain has allowed that information to come into their as input, and they take notice of your ad, they're going to see chiropractic. Now, what's the next step? They say, okay, chiropractic, they deal with backs, they deal with spines. Okay, so if they deal with backs, maybe they deal with necks as well. And if they make the correlation that neck pain can create headaches, or neck dysfunction can cause headaches, or neck subluxations, cervical subluxations can cause headaches, then bam, 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 they'll think, you know what, chiropractic is the right way for me. That's a lot of steps, right? That's a lot of mental processes that the potential patient has to go through in order to deem your ad as relevant. Not only your ad is relevant, but your services as relevant. So chances are, if they have a headache, they're not going to go through all those steps, because remember, when they see your ad, it takes a split second before they make a decision that your ad is worth continuing on and reading. I won't get into the psychology of that, but just believe me, that is the case. Excuse me. So your ad is not going to really resonate with people if you just do the chiropractic stuff, all right? What you want to do is you want to be condition specific. So if your main focus is chiropractic, it's not condition specific, and chances are that ad will be filtered out and people won't even notice it. However, if your ad is headache specific for that particular patient with headaches, when they see that your ad is headache specific, and your headline or whatever the case may be, or the top of your ad copy, the ad copy, if you don't know, that's the writing portion of the ad, okay, as opposed to the video or the image of your ad. But if the header at the top of your ad copy says headaches, people will instantly resonate with. Why is that? Because people's headaches is top of mind. And again, everything else is filtered out until they see that headache. So that headache is an input that their brains will perceive as very, very important, and that we have to take notice, or they have to take notice of that. So what you want to do is make your ads condition specific. Key number one, because instantly people will resonate with that. Okay, so don't have these generic ads. It's got to be condition specific. Also, in your ad itself, one word that is very, very powerful in your ad copy, or even the headline, which is so you have your ad copy at the top, you have your video or your image at the bottom, then underneath the image you have kind of a header, right, like a headline. One of the most important words to use is the word new. People almost every single time will stop and resonate with the word new, because if something's new, there might be a better, greater success rate or better alternative than what's been out there in the past. Because remember, people that have severe pain, whether it be headaches, dizziness, whatever the case would be, back pain, carpal tunnel, whatever. They may have tried a whole bunch of different things. So if something is new and improved, they're probably going to look into it. So now you have high quality leads coming in to your office. Okay. Other thing is this. Often people use image ads as opposed to videos. I'm going to tell you right now, videos is the most important thing on social media. Image ads are good. I'm not going to I'm not going to put down image ads. If you have the right image, it will resonate with people very, very quickly. But people look into videos more. And in fact, not only do people resonate with videos more, but the algorithm on Facebook and all social media, YouTube and all that sort of stuff, they favor videos, okay? And Instagram, of course. YouTube is always videos. But Instagram and Facebook always favor videos. So what does that mean? They're going to show your video to more people than just image ads, okay? Now, what I want to talk about, well, I don't really have time to talk about in this video because there's a whole course that I have. What you want to do is you want to create testimonial ads. But here's the thing. You have to create testimonial ads that go viral every single time. And that's why I created my course, the Effortless Viral Testimonial Ad course. This course is a game changer. It's a very, very short course, and it'll give you all the instructions on how to create a viral video ad that people resonate, that will give you the stats that I have right here, and that will almost every single time give you more exposure. Facebook will lower your ads, and you'll get high quality leads all the time. Because as I always say, listen, people always ask me, what do I say at the close? How do I have such a high conversion ratio? How do I have such an easy close? I always tell people the close is not when you present your fees to your consults or your potential new patients. Your close starts at the very moment people learn about your clinic. So at that ad level. And then the end of the close is when you turn that consult to new patients when they pay for your treatment. That's the entire course of the close. And that's why it's so easy for me and my clients, my doctors, to close, because all we do is here, just present my fees. That's it. In fact, presenting your fees is absolutely the easiest part of the close. Because all the way through, from the moment they look at your ads to the moment you present your fees, they're already wanting to undergo your care. Like I said, with my system, I teach doctors, I teach you how to have your consults pre-close before they even walk into your office for the very first time, which means that they're already excited to start your care even before they see you for the very first time. They're high quality. Listen, as you all know, I charge far higher fees than my average chiropractor in my area, like 3 to 4 times higher than the typical chiropractor in my area. Does that affect my clinic? No, not at all. In fact, like I always say, my clinic is rammed in here. I actually need to expand, but I'm not going to expand right now. So what I've done, because of the way my ads work, I actually decreased my ad spend. In fact, right now in Christmas, we're about to approach Christmas right now. You know how much I'm spending in ads right now? I'm only spending $17 a day in ads right now. That's it, man. $17 in ads. Now, typically speaking, during the Christmas time, you should be spending more simply because you have to spend more because there's so much competition. Everybody's trying to market to everybody for the Christmas time. You know, stores buy whatever, just Christmas buying time, right? So your ad spend typically goes up because the ad cost typically goes up. Then come January, second week of January, the second week, even, you know what, even just after first of January, the first few days after January, ad spend, the cost per click drops down because everybody stops spending. And that's when you want to really ramp it up anyways. But I'll tell you the way I have my ads anyways, I typically only spend $1,200 a month on my ads. That's it. Like, that's it. And I know that may sound hard to believe because you know what, you might be spending money with the company that's doing your ads, and then you got to pay for the ads on top of that. Like I said, if you want to go with another ad company, that's totally fine, right? Can you do it yourself? 100%. I've always done it all myself. In fact, what I did, because I was so busy with my other practice when I had whatever the 8 franchises, because I wanted to minimize my time and work, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hire an ad company. And I hired the best. In fact, I hired this guy who was just brilliant. He was He was like this high-end executive for marketing. He was really well known in Ontario. So I said, okay, I'll pay this guy and he'll run my ads. Anyways, he ran my ads. He sucked. Long story short, he came up to me. It's not that he did, he was good. He just didn't understand my geographic location, my community, and my patient base, and so on and so forth. So he said, Richard, listen, I can't do your ads. I don't know what I'm doing. It just goes beyond me. I go, well, listen, buddy, I don't want you to tell me that. I just want you to solve it. I'll try to help you out. Long story short, I had to fire him. He's a nice enough guy. I had another company as well, hired them. It didn't work out. So now what I've done is I've made it really, really easy. I have really not changed my ads at all in terms of how I do them. And really, it's that easy to do. Like I said, I'll probably spend, I don't want to carry on and go on and on. But when it comes to my ads and what you learn in my Effortless Viral Testimonial course, kind of almost like I set it and forget it. So I put out the ads, I let it run, I bump it up periodically as the ads get out of the learning phase. And I start off with generally about $10 a day. And then I slowly start to bump it up, maybe up to $20 a day. Typically, that's what I typically max out on my ads. And then I have a remarketing ad, then I have a cold lead ad. And that's it. I let it run. And I don't check back to it. Maybe like 3-4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks top end, actually 4 weeks top end, but generally around 3 weeks, I check in on it, see how it's doing, see how the ads are running, see what Facebook deems it, like in terms of its relevance. Generally, like I always say, it's always above average. And I just let it run. Periodically, just like anything else, ads will run dry. People just get so desensitized to it because they're constantly seeing it, so you got to change it up. But really, I spend maybe, I don't know, let's say I spend initial setup, maybe 15 minutes to do my ads from scratch, set it up. And then I check in on it maybe, I don't know, every few days, maybe, I don't even know, rarely. I used to check it every few days just to bump it up. But after that, the calls are coming in and all that. And I just forget it until like 3 weeks just to kind of go back and check it out. And I'm telling you, I know I make it sound easy, but I'm telling you, everything I do, like I say in my courses, everything I do is completely effortless because I don't want to work hard. I don't want to work hard. Life is too short. I want to enjoy my freedom. I want to enjoy my time. So listen, if you're interested, I'm running that course. I'm giving it to you absolutely free. Go to my website, which is in the show notes below. Go to my website, find out how you can get it for free. And I promise you, it will change your life. Even if you were just to watch that one video alone, you'll have a crazy busy clinic. Oh, let me explain one other thing to you. You know, people have lead captures and stuff like that on their Facebook, on their website and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you right now, on my website, I do have lead captures, but I don't get a lot of people leaving leads on my my lead capture. The vast majority of people come to my website. I look at the stats. I look at the stats on my website every few days, actually, not Facebook, but my stats on my website, visitors and unique visitors versus returning visitors. My stats are always pretty high on my Facebook. So I get a lot of traffic to not my Facebook, sorry, my website. But I don't get a lot of leads. I get a few. I probably get like 2 or 3 a day, sometimes 4 a day. So I guess decent. They come into my pages, but I get a lot of phone calls. I get a lot of phone calls calling my office, asking to book an appointment. Now, like I say, it's just me in this office, and my clinic is pretty much ran full right now. So what I do is, instead of having a waiting list, because I never really want to have a waiting list. I mean, I don't really, unless I have people calling in sick, we'll fill in that spot with a new patient who's on the waiting list. I generally try not to have a waiting list. In fact, what I do is just, like I said earlier, I simply just start to decrease my ad spend. So I don't need to spend it. So going back, typically what I spend is about $40 a day, $20 in remarketing ads. And if you don't know what a remarketing ad is when the person on Facebook has clicked on your ad, comment on your ad, watch your ad for maybe 5 or 10 seconds, or any kind of engagement that they have. What Facebook will do was put a code into their device, whether that be their computer, mobile, their tablet, or whatever, and that anytime that person is back on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, your ad will be shown because that code has told Facebook that that person is interested or showed some kind of interest. So it's showing your ad, because the more exposures you get of your ad to your potential patient, the higher the probability of that person coming into your office. And I always run a cold lead ad where it's just bringing more people to my website so I can drop that code, drop that pixel into their device so that I can show my ad all the time. In fact, right now, because I'm so busy, now this is not typical practice, standard practice for doctors, but because I'm so busy, I've actually I've dropped altogether my cold lead ad campaign. I've dropped it. I just stopped it. Right now, all I'm doing is my remarketing ad. And that's why I'm only spending like $17 a day. And it's doing well. So in the new year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank that up a bit more. And just because, sometimes Christmas, you have your dips and valleys, right? Generally Christmas or when school's about to start, numbers kind of go down a bit. So you always want to keep it up. So you want to crank up the marketing. So in summary, number one, when the economy sucks the way it is right now, boost up your market. Do not drop it, because if you drop it, you're not going to get patients. If you don't get patients, you're not going to be able to close them. And if you don't close them, you're not going to generate revenue. So never decrease your marketing. Always increase it. And also make your ads condition specific. Again, give them what they want and sell them what they need. Sell them what they need is talking about chiropractic. So give them what they want. Tell them that you can help them with their headaches. Work on their headaches. And then slowly start telling them about chiropractic, what it does, the true importance of chiropractic, and so on and so forth. All right, Doc. So I hope that helps. And listen, if you want to learn about my online courses, the ones that you can get for free, listen, I'm giving a ton of stuff away. Find out how you can get all these things for free. Simply click on the link below. Go to this link right now. And I promise everything that I give you is completely effortless. Everything I teach you is completely effortless. In fact, I have this course, which is my most popular course, where I teach you how I grew this practice from spending only $6,000 to $7,000 to build the startup of my clinic from scratch. I video documented everything, step by step, as it was happening. I didn't have a clinic location, name, any equipment, and I grew from just a small clinic to this clinic right here in record time. And I show you everything. I reveal everything, how I did it. So if you have a clinic that's struggling right now, or you want to improve your clinic, if you're a new doctor, or you're about to graduate, I encourage you to check out my Effortless Clinic Build course. It is brilliant. In fact, like I said, it's probably my number one course that typically doctors watch first of all the other courses that I have. So check it out. Everything I have, like I said, is effortless, and it will grow your practice levels that you never thought possible. Most importantly, it will do it effortlessly, and you'll have a lifestyle that you've always wanted. Anyways, Doc, it's great talking to you. I'll see you on the next video. And as always, if you ever have any questions, please reach out. I am always here for you. All right. Have a great day, docs. Talk to you next time.